says, do you want to see the Don? He ain't talking about that Julio, though. He talking about Don the Dick Slanger, okay? Comey said, what was your reaction? I was high. I said, okay, bring Don on. Me and Don had sex in One Star Island. Then we rested a couple days. We flew to L.A. We were back together. Holy. Comey says in 2024. Where did you visit, Sean? Miami. In May, July, August. By the way, Diddy got locked up. I believe August or March. Not March. August or September. So she was probably one of the last women before Diddy got locked up that Diddy was punching dick inside of. And she admits at my residence in L.A. By the way, keep in mind, that's why Diddy's a good nigga. Diddy kept paying the bill all throughout. Said, did you and Diddy go out in Miami and L.A.? Said, nah, things really hit the fan. A lot was going wrong in his life. Jane says the press was after him about the Cassie lawsuit. Comey says, with which entertainers did you have sex with them in 2024? Now, I'm going to tell you why they're making specific point of this date. They're showing that Diddy had this, reckless disregard for the law. Diddy knows the feds is looking at you. They raided your house early 2024, but there was a lawsuit filed, and you settled in 2023. It's no way you're still doing the same type of behavior unless you don't think it's wrong or you're saying, fuck it. They can't stop me. So they said in 2024, he took 50 baby mom and made her fuck Anton, Don, Larry, and they stayed in the residence. It says there was a lot of focus on Sean elsewhere. I showed him how much money my OnlyFans was getting. Jane says Sean was putting on music and he went through my phone. He asked me, who's Bear? Who the fuck is Bear? Why you text this hoe ass nigga like this? He said the money thing came up. I told him Bear sent me some money. He started getting dressed. I started crying. So Diddy was about to slang some cock on her. Getting naked, he doing his stretches. Astro glides up the thigh. Baby oil under his armpits, all that shit. Get ready for the shit. Somehow, he see the phone. He go through it real quick. He see another nigga up in there. This is mature Diddy, though. Young Diddy would have blew that nigga car up. Shout out to Kid Cudi. This nigga, he was just like, man, my dick not hard anymore. I'm good. Just go fuck with Bear. I'm good. She start crying. Why? Again, the prosecutors has proven this woman wanted nothing more than to give herself to Diddy for his satisfaction. So when Diddy, even when she would ask for a condom, and Diddy would be like, bitch, I know you ain't asking for no fucking condom for this nigga. Diddy would reluctantly throw a condom, but out of disgust, he would just walk out the room. Because he's like, I don't give a fuck about this no more, right? So now, Diddy gets dressed. I'm good. She started crying. And she felt misunderstood. Comey says, well, what did Sean text you? Jane says, he wrote, what's going to happen if I come over tonight? I said, do you want to be alone? I could arrange that. I wrote back, he was supposed to see his mother, in air quotes. I knew that meant another woman. Shout out to moms, man. Mama Duke's always a good excuse when you need that bitch to get the fuck out of here. Yo, I got to go deal with my mama. Get out of here, please. Mama is coming over. Mama. Some of y'all are devious enough. Y'all will have mama tell the chick that. That's a little bit different now. That's a different level. You never have mama really get in the mix. But, yo, mama is coming. As long as you're not married, a woman should understand the queen. It's your mom. Her parents means I need to skedaddle. Cool. Got you. Do you want me to be alone? See, I could arrange that. I wrote back, he was supposed to see his mother in air quotes. I meant another woman. He wanted a party. Holy. Comey says, what did Sean ask you that night? Says Sean said he wanted me to sign something that he could have closure. I thought he meant so I wouldn't be a threat. Have you ever sent him a demand letter? No. Sean says, you are making your own money, right? So it looked like when it was finally coming down to it, Diddy's now starting to look at, hey, shit's finna hit the fan, and the women I have to worry about the most are the broke bitches. Let's be honest. They got nothing going on. And if the gravy train ends, they're probably likely to sue. So Diddy is asking preemptively, how you making money these days? You good? Everything straight with you? I don't know how the OnlyFans thing completely comes up, even though they said he went through her phone, but they said that would bear. Looks like, so what you reply? Say, yeah, I'm working. I'm paying off my debt after being on call, on focus. And so how'd you go into debt when you dating a millionaire? Correction, AUSA, Comey. Don't play with Diddy like that. You dating a billionaire. That's a billionaire. That's something different. That's a billionaire. They object and they sustain. It's going down, people. When they say, when Diddy come asking a party, say what you want. Say what you want, man. I do have a question. TMI, freaky deaky question. Because I heard Gene Deal mention it. I'm hearing about the Astroglides, nut on the semen, that Diddy like to write his name in other men's semen. I'm hearing about urine in the mouth. Come all over the woman's body. But not one time have I figured out, where did the butt plug go? Gene Deal said he saw Diddy oftentimes get butt plugs. We ain't hear about the butt plug one time yet, chat. I'm starting to think Diddy had the butt plug in. Pause. I'm sorry. Not one time we hear these people testify about the butt plug. Diddy was probably having the butt plug in, chat. Let's keep it a bean. We've heard about everything. The Astroglide, the baby oil, the lack of condoms, ecstasy, Cialis, honey packs. Not one time we heard where the fuck that butt plug went. Where the hell that shit went, chat? Where the fuck that shit went? That's a valid question. We heard about every other item. Am I tripping? Gene Deal, butt plug. Pause.
Y'all was in Atlanta and he was buying some toys. Can you elaborate on that, my man?
Oh my God, brother. Come on, man. Listen here, man. I know the fans want to hear some of his intimate secrets because he is a celebrity. He is a public figure and everything like that. And maybe I shouldn't be telling the business like that. But you know my motto, fuck them and feed them beans. You understand? We was in one of those X-rated stores where they buy toys, movies, and everything at. And this shit was just funny, man. So he's going around, they give him a bag. They give him a big bag when he come in that joint.
By the way, 50 new members on King Akademiks today. We cooking today. By the way, Miss 50 Cent's wife says this been going on. You didn't know? Miss 50's wife, I didn't know. Have you been invited to some freak off? I didn't know that voyeurism, that would be voyeurism, right? Cuckoldism would be you let your girl be fucked. Diddy did that. Well, we just heard that Jane Doe, a.k.a. Daphne Joy, admitted to. She said she's seen the same sex worker, and that's why I'm thinking there's a ring. There's got to be a sex ring. She's seen the same sex worker at a hotel with the rapper she knew and that rapper's girlfriend, except the sex worker was just fucking another girl. Why would you bring a sex worker to fuck anybody, a male sex worker, as a man? Like, men don't hire other men, bruv. I don't care if you got a pinky toe that you got to do work with. You gonna make it happen. Any grown man it could be like 70 women. To keep it real, I'm one of them niggas like, I don't never be like, yo, bring some of the homies over. We got too many chicks. I'm like, all right, it's 12. It's just me. I'm good. 1v12. We're going solo triple squad this. We're gonna be all right. So when the nigga is hiring extra penises, I don't know about that type of shit. If that's been going on in the industry, I don't. I know men pay for women. Like that's like prostitution is one of the oldest professions. So rich men paying for vagina from attractive women, I would imagine that happens a lot. I've seen and heard that happen a lot. Men hiring other men to fuck. You got me. That's beyond me.
They don't even want to know what he putting in the bag. I swear for a living God, I've never seen this before in my life. So he's going down the aisle and just getting stuff. I'm about 3-4 steps behind him. He going down the aisle getting stuff like that. So it was this rack that's set up by itself. You know what I'm saying? And he's at this rack and he was getting like 4, 5. He was just getting them like that. So I wasn't paying no attention to him at first and stuff like that. But then when I went into the rack said butt plugs. I said, hey, yo.
Oh, man.
I said, hey, yo. Fuck is you getting these for, man? And he said, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, I'll be at the door. You're right. So he came with this big ass bag.
We never figured out where does the butt plugs fit into this freak off. We've heard about everything else. The anatomy of the freak off, Diddy's in the other room. If y'all never heard about freak offs, just tune in. Let me break it down for you. This starts out with Cassie and the sex worker. They get naked. They lather each other up with baby oil. There's slight fellatio. Okay? A little bit of fingering, a little licking, a little sucking, all of that. It's instructed to the sex worker, hey, when my husband, Cassie would call Diddy her husband. When my husband come out, for some sex workers or for the new ones, Diddy would have on what they call almost a Muslim attire. You couldn't see his face, and he had a Yankee hat on. Until he got comfortable with the dudes, he would just come out just with the Yankee hat and a robe. Cassie would tell the dude, when my husband come out, don't you look at him and don't you talk to him. Diddy would always have a chair and table. I guess they were doing it. Think about a hotel suite. They were doing this in the living room. Unless I'm thinking wrong. Because most suites, they give a living room area, maybe a little kitchenette area, and then you get the room. Unless maybe it's multiple rooms. Remember, the room was reserved for what would happen after the ejaculation, but we ain't get there yet. Diddy would walk in. Got the robe on, Yankee fitted. They said the chair and table, if the freak off is happening here, so Cassie and the dude is here, massaging each other, he would go over there. I can't even point at my Jamaican flag because bonfire for that. We ain't know them thing there. Jamaica, we know them thing there, isn't it? But over there. He would be in the furthest part of the room. Usually to the back of the male sex worker. So Cassie or Gina or Daphne would be in front of, like say I'm the sex worker, in front of me. They're looking over my shoulder to see what Diddy's saying. He's beating it. He's beating it. He would tell her, scoot up. Open water. Not enough baby oil. Take that shit. That's what was going on. Chat, it ain't me. Go listen to The Punisher. He's describing it in detail. I'm just giving y'all the abridged version. Then, after the lathering, was usually the penetration. Now, most times, Diddy would tell how hard he wanted them to be fucked, what position, and everything, including the woman, Gina, Cassie, whatever. Before they really emoted that they were enjoying it, they would look at Diddy to make sure he was enjoying it. And he's beating it. Beating it. Most times he's back there in the chair, but at times they include one detail where he's in the room and they went to the bedroom. And he's walking around with an Astroglide. This is a freaky nigga. This is a freaky nigga. He's just pouring the Astroglide on his dick and whacking it. to the point that sex workers like, is this nigga finna nut on my back? That's fact. I'm not making this up. This is not trying to be funny. This is exactly what was said. He's beating it, and the sex worker is there, and he don't know if Diddy is going to shoot some semen on his back. That's a fact. That's a fact. Everybody know I'm not lying at all. This is exactly how it went now. But most times, the entire ordeal would go down in the living room, the little lounge space, the common area. Diddy would instruct them. All right, go ahead, player. Go ahead. Now you like that, huh? He's ad-libbing. Cassie is listening and adjusting. Move up. Nah, hold on. Nah, squat. Ride that shit. Yeah. Now grab her by the hip. Nah, yeah. Cool. Diddy would require the male to nut. Fuck her orgasm. Who gives a fuck about what she got going on? Diddy would require the male to ejaculate. He would require it. Playboy, I need that nut. Playboy, I need that. I needs that. Pause. I ain't me saying it. That's Diddy saying it. I'm role playing. Pause. Diddy's up in there like Aaron the plumber. I needs that. You feel me? Now, I'm putting all the stories together here, chat. If the sex workers couldn't come, because I don't know about y'all freaky niggas, if a nigga's whacking it and it just sound like Diddy was one of them niggas, he might have been nigga moaning too. Nah, he might have been doing some extra shit. So you trying to beat it down. Cassie's attractive, bad as a motherfucker, fine, and aged like a nice glass of wine. But if there's a nigga with a Yankee hat behind you and all you're hearing is skin clapping, like you're like, what the fuck? Any normal straight man, your dick is gonna shrivel up. Any normal straight man. Some of you niggas is on some freaky shit. Some, all y'all little, I ran 10 trains before, y'all probably hard. But the rest of the normal men, we can't get jiggy with that shit. We can't get jiggy with that. That's a fact. So Diddy wouldn't pay the sex workers if they couldn't finish. At times, the sex workers would say, it's a little odd, because what would happen, Diddy got the Astroglide in one hand, his dick in the other, and he's stroking the shit. Astroglide, stroking. Astroglide, stroking. Also, he got 2-3 cameras set up. The nigga think he's Steven Spielberg. God forbid, once it get past like 2014, 2015, they gave that boy an iPhone. It was over. Before, he had VHS tape. This old freak been recording with a camcorder. Come on now, gang. So, he had a camcorder. So, he had his laptop. They gave this nigga an Apple MacBook. This nigga was in love. And he had an iPhone. This nigga must be a tarantula or a goddamn spider. How he got so many hands? There's 3 devices recording. He's whacking it, and he got the Astroglide in his hand. This nigga is a true multitasker. So if you don't nut, no money. By the way, if you nut too quick, you're out of here. Half the fee. The next sex worker got to come in when he's ready for that nut. And he's watching. Sex worker, all right, cool. The nut happens. They said Diddy would get up, grab his, robe, and do a little player walk into the next room. The dude would come on Cassie's stomach or inside of her. Cassie is over here scooping the shit up. Like, hold up. Wait, hold up. Or if it's in her, she's catching the shit. She got to catch, like a pooper scoop. She catching that bitch. Frantically running in the next room to massage Diddy's nipples or have Diddy write his name or draw the bad boy logo in it on some freak shit. Chat, I'm not embellishing. I wish I was. I wish I was. I know y'all saying, if before this trial you ever told me this shit act, I would have said you're a good fucking liar. I'm not making none of this up. After getting lathered up with some semen, by the way, Diddy was so jealous over the semen, they said Diddy did a balls and dick check one time. Because the dude said he witnessed something and he couldn't come, so he faked it. You know one of them ones? You know one of them ones? I ain't gonna lie. I was fucking with some chick in college with this big body thing like shit. Yes. I ain't gonna lie, chat. This is gonna be embarrassing, but I'm a real nigga. I could tell the truth. I wasn't getting that much pussy back then. I can't even cap with you. Her ass was fatter than a swamp possum. I couldn't even lie to you. That shit looked like 2 pillows, nigga. Nigga, I started, she was really fucking me because she said she liked Jamaicans. She was on some real kinky shit.